Hey, what's up guys? It's Pedro here from noobcoder.com, and in this tutorial we're going to be talking about the forEach method for arrays. Now all the forEach method does is basically help us iterate throughout our array. So to get started, let's create our data. So I'm going to say var data, and we're just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, end it with a semicolon. And now with this array, I want to iterate through it. So how do I do that? Well, I can say data dot forEach. So this is the dot operator, and I am accessing the forEach method. And within these parentheses, it takes a function as a callback. So I'm going to create an anonymous function, curly braces, and this with a semicolon. And right here in these parentheses, one of the arguments that we can pass in is called element. And all we're going to do is print this onto the console. Now what element is the actual elements within our array. So I'm just going to end it with a semicolon, Control S to save, Control B, right click, Review in Explorer, double click, F12, and you can see that our array is being iterated through. So we go from index 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's printing out the elements 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now let's head back to our editor, and I'm going to hit Control B, and we can actually have two more arguments other than the element being passed in. So now the second argument I can say is index. And you can imagine what index is actually the indices of our array. So I'm just going to print it out by doing a print statement. I'm going to say index has a value of, and then we're just going to print out index. Control S to save, head over to Chrome, hit refresh, and you can see now we have index has a value of 0, 1, 2, 3, and obviously at index 0 we had the value of 1, at index 1 we had the value of 2, and etc. So now let's head back to our editor once again, and let's talk about the final argument. And what the final argument is the array itself that we're iterating against. So for example, we have the current value, we have the index that we're currently on, and the current array. So let's say I want to increment all these values by 1, right? So right now I could say R, and now we know what the index is, right? Because we're passing it in, index. And then we could assign it the value of element plus 1. So now I'm increasing every element in this array by 1. And let's actually get rid of this to clean up the console, since we already know what those print statements do. And I'm going to hit Control. Actually, I'm going to print out the array data, right? So basically what this code is, I am accessing the current index at this array that I'm iterating, and I'm increasing everything by 1. So now we want to see if data is actually changed, our original array. Control S to save, head over to Chrome, hit refresh, and you can see that our original array data, all the values have been incremented by 1.